And we're back at the workbench with a new box from Sculpteo. I did want to say a couple of words about why I use Sculpteo as opposed to Shapeways. They're a very similar service, and they print primarily in Paris and in San Francisco, and they will print things wherever it works best for them. And I've actually found that for us here in Kentucky, parts printed in Paris seem to arrive more quickly than the ones printed in California. So this is Kentucky, so normal rules may not apply. And also the reason I use Sculpteo is because they have an economy mode where you can order parts and the cost will be lower because they can just sort that print into their normal production runs, and it just works better for them, and it's cheaper. And for me, cheaper is usually better than faster. So I've got a, I don't want the shipping address out there. There's a nice invoice. And here are our parts. Here's one. Here's the other. They come with a label there. And I haven't talked much about the mogul parts. I don't know if I can do this with my gloves on. Let's see what we've got. We've got several sets of parts to backdate the Bachmann mogul, and these are printed in multi-jet fusion, and they're just so clean. I'll get a close-up of that in a minute. Let's get them back in focus. And then as I was working on locomotives, I realized that I had run out of bells. I have different bells from Bachmann and different suppliers. I cannot get this one open. Come on. So I needed some bells. What's odd about the way 3D printing pricing works is that one bell costs the same as about 8 bells or 12 bells. So here is a collection of different types of bells. We'll get a close-up in a minute. And these look darn nice. I mean, you're always going to get a better effect from an actual metal bell or from a brass bell or a metal casting. But for something quick and cheap and pretty durable, actually these are really durable, these are pretty good, and they turn out, here's one of my test prints, turn out like that. Are we focusing? There we go. Let me get a close-up of these. Hang on just a minute. So here's a close-up of the mogul parts. As you can see, there's an older box-style headlight with a lens cover, and it's meant to take the plastic lens that comes from the existing Bachmann headlight, and it would work with an incandescent lens. We have a different model for the LED lenses. And then each version has a different smokestack, and you can see the rivets there. But I want to see how those paint out because I'm not sure if they're large enough. I think we might have to increase the size of the rivets. There is a steam dome with a space for a whistle, and whistles need to be metal. I can't quite find a way to make get that bell out of the way. A whistle that is durable enough to just not get knocked off every 10 minutes, at least if you're as clumsy as I am. And then also, you can't see it, but there is actually a bell included with this set because it was easy to include, it didn't cost any extra, and, why not? And then a Lincoln Pen pilot, and this is the sand dome that's made to fit on the Bachmann boiler. And so let's take a look at the bells. Actually, I'll have to take these apart and remove a couple. I'm trying to figure out the process for removing them because I don't want to break anything in the process. But these are 3 different types of bells. The ones in front are Porter size. The ones in the middle are good for the mogul. And then there are some larger ones that would be, they fit better on the 460, but they could be used in a lot of different ways. And here's one that I painted up. This is a test print, so it's not exactly the same. But this is printed in resin, and the red helps So I'm curious to see how these turn out. All right, I'll show you some of that.